His name is Yazzy Naeem, Mr. Yazzy Paradise. Tell him what's up, man.
Ooh, what an intro. What an intro. Man.
I was listening to No Ceilings, man, and that just brings me back because that's almost probably the last time that I actually ever seen you. I mean, that's when those songs sort of, dropped. So,
Yeah, man.
um,
The memories, Chicago times. That's way back, man. It's crazy how life works like that, though, man. You gotta. I think it just depends what happens in your life. You end up realizing what you want to do with your life based on those experiences. Like that. That's the craziest part about it, because trust me, like from all the moving that I've done and not being around the same people, I've had more time to myself. Culture that they have out there, man. The guy that's like the thinker.
yeah, it's called The Thinker, too.
Like, bro, I don't know where he got, like, to what conclusion he got to, because he's just sitting there, and I don't know what else can go through your mind if you don't go through experiences, because you got to think, like, with one action, there's a reaction, and going out and trying something, you realize, oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't do this, or, oh, yeah, I like doing this, and you actually find yourself more by actually getting stuff done.
I'm still wondering. I know there's people back at home. They got to be wondering, what's up with Yazzie? What's he up to nowadays? So, first and foremost, when did you decide to do music and why?
Man, well, that started back in Canada. If I got to go back, I mean, obviously there's going to be some people that saw me on social media throughout the years, but I know how it is. Everybody has their own life. You got to keep moving forward and trying to, do something for their own life. Nobody has time to look at what other people are doing. So while that was going on, I was moving out to Europe for a year, and then ended up moving to Canada. And I think just based on those situations, like I don't think I would have made music if I would have stayed in Chicago.
So what else do you do besides music?
Yeah, so for everybody else that's listening, I mean, anything that's creative, that's just basically what I attracted to, and I never stopped myself. With the whole music thing, if you know a little bit, you need some help no matter what. Yeah, you can learn on your own. Like I learned how to work on music on my own, but there comes a certain time where it's like you want to show people it. How are you going to show people? You want to go perform, you want to make music videos, connect with other artists. So I moved to Florida away from people. I'm like, how am I going to make these music videos? Podcast idea came up too. Where it's like, well, I could talk. That's something I can do on my own. I don't need a camera or anything. And I actually told one of my buddies about it, and it was like a year and a half before I actually did the podcast. When it comes to writing lyrics, I'm like, well, I'm good at writing. I would get A's on my essays all the time. Once I start writing, I could keep writing.
Right.
Same thing with music. So why not write articles? So I started writing on Medium.com, like how you're doing on WordPress.
Right.
Then again, with the music video idea, like it got me so mad. I'm like, I don't have anybody to help me. How am I gonna do this? So I just got to a point where I'm like, hey, I got to work with what I have, God gives you a certain situation for a reason. If I have nobody to help me, let me do it on my own. I have my sister. My sister's cool. She knows how to hold the camera. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do all the editing anyways. I might as well just have her hold the camera for me, and I'll do the editing. Nobody's going to know the difference.
Right.
And it's stuff like that, man. Like, that's how you know if you really want to do it, if you really like to do it. That's what kind of pisses me off about some people, and I respect you because you wanted to do it, and you didn't just sit there and you keep telling me about it. Like, look, we're doing this podcast right now. You put it in action. Right. I mean, think of it, bro. When were you ever listening to podcasts?
Right. I mean, without...
Even people nowadays, you tell them, they're like, what's a podcast?
Right. And I mean, yeah, I only could agree, and without you, finding out a podcast, I'm sure I don't even know what I do, You sort of sparked me to do what I'm doing, so again, I thank you for that.
It definitely, one thing that's cool for me is, like, since I do everything on my own, like, I'm basically the engineer and the recorder, the artist, the writer, everything. So when I'm sitting in front of it, I actually really like that a lot, because I was in situations where I was in the studio, I was with one of my friends recording at his place, and you try to explain to somebody how you want it, and it doesn't always come out how you want it, and then it kind of makes you feel like, like I wish I could just hop on the computer real quick, like, and I was in the other boat too, I have my friends come over and they're trying to explain to me how they want it, and I can tell, like, I can't really do it exactly how they're saying, you know, and that's one thing that I love the most is to just do the full on creative thing. Like I'm putting my voice on, and I have the vision already there. Where's the echoes? Where's the ad libs? What
Mm.
can I say next? And I'm playing at the same time, you know, cutting it up, doing this and that. So I think that's one of my favorite parts. Just totally put that project together.
So
Right.
what makes an artist different than a rapper?
Artist different than a rapper. An artist is coming in, I believe, you're breaking down basically the overall scope of how we see a rapper, and that's the artist. The overall thing, him, how he looks, how he's flashy, how he's what he's saying, how he's gonna come out on stages. A rapper, you're just straight up focusing on his line.
Mm.
Like he's really saying some deep stuff, like pure rappers that you think of, like Saha the Prince, or these dudes that aren't so big, but they're really, when you listen to their lyrics, it's like straight up rap chat, like Joey Badass. You know, that's a rapper. You know, he's really putting lyrics down. But when I think of an artist, you know, they can flow, they can mix it up, they can have some fun on it too, and that's more artistic. You know, it's like splashing paint on a blank canvas. You know.
Mm-hmm. Enough about that stuff. This is gonna be one of my favorite questions because I think just you got the world wondering, you got everybody back at home wondering. So I want you to step in my shoes for a second.
Oh man.
And I'm a random person who has you on social media.
Right.
You're in Poland. You're in Canada. You're in Miami. You're in Philly. What's the story behind that, and how's the journey been?
And the story behind that is, shoot, it's a book. I have a book written, and I sent it to a book publishing, but I never went fully through with it because I feel like I need to keep expanding because my story didn't end. You know,
Right, exactly.
I wrote it in Canada, and then I moved here. I'm like, hold up.
I know a time when you were in Miami, you told me you sort of lived like, what, 10, 15 minutes away from Chad Johnson?
Oh my God, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I lived like 20 minutes, yeah, like 15, 20 minutes away from Chad Johnson. I had Jay Ajayi, my neighbor, bro.
Yep.
I didn't even know this guy at the time, too.
So,
I went.
yeah, go on.
It was in my community, and he was literally like, I don't even know how to call it. It's like, it's not my backyard, but through my balcony, there's the main road in front of the house, like the driveway, and then his driveway is directly in front of me. So I'd see him always pull up in his garage, and he's got his balcony up there. So I would see him walk in with big dudes, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, who are these big ass dudes? So it's, obviously it's maybe some old linemen or something.
Right.
And we had a conflict actually with them. My dad was getting so mad that they're parking in our spot. Because, he's a young rookie.
Right.
He's got parties going on. Girls would be coming over like 1, 2 a.m. staying. And they didn't have the biggest driveway, so they parked in our driveway sometimes. My dad's like, that's disrespectful. We got to tell them. We got to tell the office. And I'm like, oh, my God. They're going to ruin my relationship with this running back I'm trying to be friends with,
Right.
And I went into the clubhouse, and the lady that works there, she's like, oh, we're going to definitely tell them, that they were probably having a party. He's a rookie running back in the NFL. Did you know that? I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, I think he plays for the Dolphins, if I'm not, she was like, I don't really know too much, but I know they said something like that,
Wow, yeah.
I'm like, okay. Bro, I did not know that was him, though, until I'm left. I came to Philly, and there you go. This season comes out, having breaking records, and I've seen the Dolphins play, and I see his face. I'm like, bro, this is the guy, man. Like, I would talk to him face to face. Like, I see him on his balcony smoking weed, like going in, man. Like, always partying, driving out. Like, he bought a new Audi halfway through the season, fresh, like, it was dope, man. He had his boys come from different places, like custom Dodge Chargers from Michigan pulling up, like a big pickup truck with like 30-inch rims on it from Alabama. It was sick, man.
I mean, that's funny, man.
Honestly, I believe that whatever happens in your life happens for a reason. And I could break it down like puzzle pieces. Like, honestly, like if I look back a year ago, I put this year as another puzzle piece. Oh, that happened because of this, and it perfectly fit, and people just don't want to admit it because sometimes it hurts. You know, like, well, why would that have to happen to me?
Mm.
Why did I have to go through that?
Right.
But you don't get to choose. There's people that are going through something way, way worse than what you're going through. You gotta have a bigger mindset than that, man. Like, there's kids dying in Syria right now. Like, they're not sitting there like, why did God do this to me?
Right.
You know?
They just gotta live another day, you know. So
they gotta live another day. You should be happy that you had a bed to sleep in. You know,
Right.
like, and you don't have to think about anything crazy happening to you. So,
what do you really want in life down the road?
I mean, that the main goal is to just do something that I love. And when I realized that I love all the stuff, I could just do it all. Like, I realized, why not? You know, I just preached that on Snapchat today. It's like, you have people that are football players, but they're becoming neurosurgeons.
Yeah,
and
same.
you got doctors that were in the medical field for 10 years, making 500K, and then they went on to do an audition to be an actor, and now they're in multi-million-dollar movies. You know,
and then
the
you
world
got,
is so flexible now, man. Like, honestly, like, my goal is to just keep moving forward. You know, like, when I keep recording, there's bound to be another move happen. I'm bound to meet another person. I just met this one dude from downtown Philly. I was just going out there shopping, and I just randomly asked him a question about his shoes, because his shoes were cool. You know, like, just asked him what's up, and ended up leading to saying, hey, I got a podcast. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm a rapper. Oh, I'm a rapper, too. Exchange names and stuff. He's making his project, and just like that, you make a connection like that.
Right.
You know, and you never know when's that next person that you might meet, and, you know, eventually expand and keep meeting new people and just doing something. But my goal is to just to do it all. Like, I think it's important for people to understand, like, I'm doing it for fun, but there's, like, a meaning behind the whole thing, you know, like the whole paradise movement. Like, the word paradise, I'm not just
go
saying
ahead.
it because
Speak on that. Speak on Paradise Podcast, everything you're about.
I mean, the paradise name is not just because I'm from Florida, you know, like, it's because that's the meaning of my last name. You know, like, my last name means paradise.
Wow.
And Yazzy isn't just, because it's short for my first name. Like, no, it's because a dude actually gave it to me when I moved in 6th grade to another school out there where we used to live in Tinley Park. My first day walking in, he's like, hey, man, you got a nickname? Like, no, I don't. He's like, man, I gotta get you one. And, like, while walking down the hallway, in, like, 10 seconds, he was like, how about Yazzy? How about Yazzy? I'm like, okay, yeah. So I just kept using Yazzy because nobody could ever say my name. They'd always say it wrong. So I'm like, okay, just have Yazzy. From Yazzy, just ended up being creative later on in life, and I just came up with Paradise, too. That my last name is Paradise. Why not put it together?
Yeah, I never actually knew that, so, I mean, that's pretty interesting. Paradise, I wouldn't think that, so.
But, you know, it also has to do with just my whole life, you know, like learning religion, learning about cultures and stuff. Paradise, you think about paradise as in, like, an island paradise,
right?
But you can also think about it as heaven. And I like to talk about those subjects, too, heaven and hell. What's your paradise? You know, like, is this world your paradise? You're trying to get all the jewels, the money, the fame, this and that?
Right.
Or are you trying to go to paradise, like heaven? You know, if you believe in heaven, there's something bigger than that. Is that your paradise? Maybe helping people on this earth and be humble and things like that. So that's the overall approach. That's what I'm saying. Like, I might be a rapper, may say some funny stuff here and there, and may make some real tracks, but then I can have a podcast, talk about some real stuff, or even eventually maybe make a foundation to help starving kids or whatever is going on in the world, you know, like a Paradise Foundation.
Right.
You never know, you know, there's so many possibilities.
Tell them where they could find you, follow, like, you know, do your thing.
Really simple. I got everything as Yazzy Paradise. It's YAZZY. That's easy for you guys. Yazzy Paradise. And then I got the website, yazzyparadise.com. Man.
Who was one artist you would love to make a song with and chill with for the day?
Oh, bro, Lil Wayne, man. Lil Weezy.
Weezy.
This dude got me doing stupid stuff. This guy got me wanting to rap. This guy, I'm really into people. You know, that's why the podcast is cool, too, because I like to connect with people. And to me, he was the weirdest person I could ever meet.
Yeah.
You know, like, he always called himself an alien, too. So I'm like, bro, I really want to know what he's about.
Right.
You know, like, watch his interviews and stuff. Like, that shit would get me in. Like, Definitely, bro. Make a track with him. Like, see how he records for real. Like, I've already heard stories how he records. I've seen it on YouTube and stuff. But to be there and like, and just to tell him, you know, all the shit that I thought about. Like, ask him some questions that I had.